Hey, what is going on, guys? I just wanted to make a quick video recap of the trades that I took today. So I had 3 trades today. The first one was on Netflix, or the first one was on the S&P 500, and then I had a trade on Netflix, and then I had an alert that I sent out on Nvidia that I did not trade. Before we jump onto the charts, if you guys are interested in knowing how I find my key zones, I always get these videos. How do I find those support areas, those resistance areas? I just made a quick 5-minute video that goes right to the point on how I find these zones. I'm gonna make a link in the description. You can click that and find that. Also, if you guys want to know where I send these alerts out, and if you guys want to learn about trading, how to chart, all of that, I created a community you can join. I'm gonna leave the link in the description for that as well. That is going to be the description that has school.com in it. All right, guys, let's jump on to the charts. Alrighty, guys, so my first trade was on SPY this morning. So I said once we break out of that 110 zone, that is what I am watching for SPY, and that was right from market open. So right when the market opened, I was looking at this 110 range for SPY for us to break out of it, and I took a long position right from the open. And the reason for this was looking at my key zones. I didn't have this charted in the beginning, so I didn't have this 511-ish zone charted in the beginning. This is kind of all that I've had, and I was looking at this area right here. So I was looking at this 510 area right here. We can see this before we had this huge breakdown. We can see this was a nice support area, and if we look further back on the charts, we can see 510 is a nice support area for the S&P 500. But today was not the day for this thing to break out of this. It showed some strength in the first couple of minutes, but obviously we can see that there was not a lot of follow through. My mistake with this trade, I would say, is I was not looking at the chart for the ES futures. That is usually a better chart to look at when you are trading the S&P 500. And there was a resistance level up here that I was not aware of. And we can see this is where this thing rejected from. So I took my position about right here, and I sold one contract here, but the other 4 contracts I ended up selling for a loss about down here, and this was a negative 7% trade. Now on to the second trade. This one was on Netflix. So I sent an alert out to the group that we are watching our 554 level on Netflix today, and that is this zone right about here. So about 555, 554 zone. And if we look at Netflix, the reason why I was watching this zone, as you guys can see, this is where I took my position about right here, and I ended up selling at about 559, which is right there. And I sold another small bit as we broke out of that 559 zone. And the reason for this trade is if we look at in Netflix, when we look at the chart, we can see the previous day, this was the support area that sent this thing higher to around 563. This is a strong support area. And when we look at Bookmaps, I'll post the picture for that above as well. We can see that we had a lot of buyers that were sitting at this zone. So I got in at about 554 level, and we exited at this 559 resistance level. Seeing that the markets were reversing, I didn't want to hold this thing much longer. Now, the third trade that I sent out was on Nvidia, and The reason why I did not take this trade is I didn't have high confidence in this support area. So we have a support area at 854 level. I didn't have high confidence in this support area. We can see it did actually work out, but I was watching this level, more of the 850 level. We can see this 850 level is the area that we broke out of recently. And it is a area that has shown some resistance in the past. So when we look to the left of our chart, we can see that between this 845 850 zone is a strong area for Nvidia. We can see these support levels in the past. We can see when we broke out of this area, we found some resistance. So I was looking for more of a range down here, but Nvidia ended up finding buyers closer to this 854 level, and I was not able to take this trade. And that is all for this video, guys. If you guys want to know how I make these zones, like I said, I am going to leave a link in the description of my previous video where I go over how to chart these. And if you guys want to join our community, it is $14 a month. We go over how to chart, we go over entries, exits, everything. We do bi-weekly video conferences. We had one recently, and the churn out was amazing. So if you guys want something like that, and I do some one-on-one time also if time permits. So guys, I'm gonna leave in the description everything that I just mentioned, and make sure you guys catch the next video. We have a lot of important news this week. We have the interest rate decision, we have Amazon earnings, AMD earnings, so I'm gonna make a video about that next. Peace.